For today's quick entry for Best of 2023 awards, we're going to the Bullet Heaven genre. With many of them in early access that came out this year, this will be kind of considered, I guess, the later wave before we get to the big stuff in 2024. Now, as I always like to remind everyone, these lists only consist of games that are at 1.0, so early access titles do not count. Because we played quite a few Bullet Heavens this year, but a lot of them were only in early access and so on, so we'll have to see where they land when they are released hopefully next year or the year after. Which also stands for today's list featuring many of the games that we played in 2022 being released in 2023. So let's start off with 20 Minutes Till Dawn. 20 Minutes was kind of the second Bullet Heaven game to start to make itself known following Vampire Survivors, being more aiming based, a little bit more challenging in that respect, and the game was released as of kind of like the middle, I believe, of 2023. A very solid take on Bullet Heavens, thanks to kind of a variety of the different perks, being able to combine them, and of course being able to aim at a little bit more functionality of your weapons along that front. While 20 Minutes Till Dawn doesn't quite go as far in terms of meta content and just the sheer amount of stuff that is in Vampire Survivors, and I don't think any other game will ever compete in that respect, it's still a very solid action take on a Bullet Heaven. For my next pick, it is surprisingly the Bullet Heaven that I think has succeeded second best behind that of Vampire Survivors, and that is Brotato or Brotato. Tomato, however you want to pronounce it. For this one, I really enjoy Brotato's kind of, I guess, like higher thought process that goes into the different items, the different builds. This is not a Bullet Heaven where you can just turn your brain off and you'll just win because of sheer explosions, numbers, and effects. The game features a similar style of the developer's previous game, I think it was Space Gladiators. Really like the music in this one as well. But this, along with 20 Minutes Till Dawn, are both really great examples of being more elevated takes on the Bullet Heaven formula. And for 2024's list, at some point, there should be even more games that take this kind of more complicated or more involved content even further. If I have any issues with Brotato, it is that you really don't have as much in terms of stuff in it compared to Vampire Survivors, 20 Minutes, and the others. Now, the developer did announce right at the end of 2023 that there will be new content coming for Brotato at some point. So, this issue may not be that relevant in the coming months or however long. But if you enjoy your Bullet Heavens and looking for a very solid and challenging take of it that is now released, definitely check out Brotato. And last but not least is a Bullet Heaven that came out once again right at the end of 2023, and continuing with being a very challenging game like Brotato, we have Picayune Dreams. In this one, this is a Bullet Heaven Hell, Bullet Hell Heaven, however you want to describe it, kind of game where yes, you are floating around in space and things are trying to kill you, but things get very weird. There's a disturbing story going on, strange things are moving around, your former friends are out to get you, and you are going to have to do a whole lot of dodging and bullet helling in order to survive. This one, out of the 3 games on the list this year, is by far the hardest. It also features a very extensive meta progression, persistent unlocks, that kind of thing, where you will unlock new mechanics that can aid you in future runs, and this one is by far, again, like the hardest of it, especially if you're trying to go for the alternate endings and secret options and boss fights. I enjoy this one again because I like when there's a little bit more, shall I say, a lot more challenge and depth, rather than just standing in one spot and numbers explode. And it's gotten to a point where a lot of the lesser Bullet Heavens start to put me to sleep. Picayune Dreams is certainly not that kind of game. And if you're looking for a healthy mix of Bullet Heaven, Bullet Hell, and a whole lot of weirdness for the story, then this is an easy recommendation. Hey, this was our quickest entry yet for the 2023 awards. If you think that the rest of them are going to be short, it's not going to happen. We still haven't had Best Platformer and Best Roguelike. So, by all means, make sure to get yourself properly prepared, as those videos are going to be very long. Were there any other Bullet Heavens that officially released in 2023 that you think were incredibly solid? Let me know in the comments down below, and I hope you enjoyed this video and come back for our next part as we keep this award train rolling. That's going to do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to do the YouTubing stuff people tell you to do. If you're interested in more of my thoughts on design, check out my books wherever they are sold. Visit our Discord and Patreon, and come back for discussions on game design here, and on game wisdom, where some of the art and science of games.